Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to DR Sports and welcome to the preview, not really a preview, but the three predictions for the Spurs versus Man United game. It's myself and it's Miss Summers. I feel like this game is difficult to talk about because it's 13th against 14th. Probably shouldn't be on Super Sunday.
Huge mid-table clash.
Below mid-table.
Huge. Yeah, we actually are.
We're below that.
We're just in that grey
We're not
area.
even 10 to 12. It's below that. It's that section that really nobody
We're not even
cares
Palace territory.
No. And normally, what happens when we have these previews? Come on, let's be honest. We give it. We're on it.
I feel like can we give it?
Not really.
Well,
no.
even when we did one on United View the other day, there's not much we can give.
There's nothing left to give.
Got nothing left.
So let's get into our predictions of things we can give of what we think will happen. First one for you.
Ready?
What are you going with?
Right, I'm going Matisse Tell to rise. Rise against the club that wanted him. Rise. Saw him have a nice...
Rise against the club that he wanted to come to.
Well, he's ended up at us. So
you're admitting that he's just ended up there. Are you a little bit like you don't know how that's happened?
Listen, all I know is that, he said no to Daniel Levy. He said absolutely not. And then Big Ange got on the phone, pulled out the Aussie charm.
Asked the Ange Paul.
It was the Ange call.
Ange call.
Ange call for Ange Ball. And he said, all right, I'll come over then. So opened his account for Spurs against Villa, didn't he? Lovely finish.
Good finish.
Lovely finish. And I fancy him to rise against the club he almost went to.
Wow.
You can see that, can't you?
No.
Poetic.
It's typical football.
Poetic justice.
I'm going to go as my goal scorer, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah? Bruno Fernandes will be knee sliding to some corner of the ground doing this after he has scored. I just hit between him and Ahmad. Garnacho, yes, creates a bit.
I would have gone more Ahmad than Bruno.
But I just feel that the captain's going to rise.
Okay.
I can just feel it. Bruno's going to... I don't know if Maddison's back as well. He might be back. I don't know.
Still waiting for the confirmation of who in Group 1 because we've got so many injuries. They've been grouped. So I think there is.
So you're not doing groups.
Literally, they're in groups because there's so many. There's Group 1, Group 2, etc. Group 3. So Group 1, I think that does contain Maddison. I think that contains Brennan Johnson. So expected. When you go from having XG, it's now expected injury return.
Yeah.
Is Group 1, and I think that they're in that, but
how fit will they be?
The one thing is I would also say is that obviously this is the first time in months that Spurs have had a clear week where they can rest and try and get over some of the fatigue rather than playing every 2 to 3 days. So we'll see, but I think maybe there's some returning players.
I'm going to stick with Bruno. I think he's gonna do the business and he's gonna score. Second one, I'm gonna go with keeper mistake. But I don't know which one.
Which is fair.
Kinski, Onana. I don't know. But one keeper is going to do a madness. The last game was between Bayern and Forster. Just
Forster
calamitous.
with the greatest clearance of all time.
Honestly, when he just booted
it.
Didn't want to save it. He just fucking kicked it.
Just sort of fuck
Sorry
it.
to swear. But you would like to think maybe both teams have kind of moved on from that because actually Bayern since then has done pretty well. He's been our saviour. And you thought you're not playing Forster anymore and you brought in Kinski, started him against Liverpool. You go, oh, wow. And then all of a sudden, it's like you need a new keeper again, mate.
No, I think this is unfair. I mean, people are saying...
Why is it unfair?
What I would say about Kinski is he's come in at a very difficult time as well.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He's come at a difficult time and been thrown into the deep end, which fine, fair.
Yeah.
What I would say on the performance at Villa, yes, he needs to do better than that. And I feel like in terms of shot stopping, he's not very good. Vicario is a much better shot stopper, whereas maybe Kinski is much more dominant in the air at corners. But that game against Villa, bar that mistake, he kept us in the game.
He did.
So I can't get onto his back too much, but I can totally see why we were.
Do you know what I mean? We kind of agree on that one.
We kind of do. I went with Spurs to drop a clanger. Now that
I agree with that one too.
That's an open-ended question, really, an answer because that could be in any department. That could be Basuma does a reckless challenge and gets sent off.
Give the ball away, turnover,
give the ball away. That could be Pedro Porro flies forward like he did the other day and forget that Mikey Moore ain't tracking back because he's 17 and he needs experience and time. It could mean Kinski drops one in the back of the net. It could
Please
mean
do
it could mean
Spurs
that someone in defence could just have an absolute howler and give a pen away.
Yeah.
So I've gone very broad with that Spurs could have a clanger. United could as well.
I was just about to say that. You know what? It's like the keeper thing of where like don't know which one. Really, that could have been a team to drop a clanger.
Yeah.
Don't know which
well,
one.
I tell you what, then let's change that. Let's change that.
Listen
Let's
to
see
how
both.
like, we're talking about our teams, guys. This is just.
Do you know
like,
what's funny?
At home, you lot watching this, you're probably like, "There's no Vim." But it's
There's
just
no Vim. If we watch this back from our first prediction back in when did we play each other? Like October time.
Yeah.
September, October time, right? If we watch that back, how much chess we had and like how we probably like.
Well, the one when you dunked on us, the 3-0.
Yeah, at Old Trafford.
And then even the Carabao Cup, I needed the revenge. I was like, no.
We were in such different headspaces, but now we've been so worn down. We're both knackered with it.
Yeah.
And like we can't even have chest anymore, guys.
100%.
Like, it's chestless.
Nah, it's true. It's not great. The third prediction I've gone with is my Xerxes masterclass.
The 9.5, yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because he's been coming off the bench in a couple of games and doing something. Came off the bench and scored in the last game.
We're really scraping the barrel
and can control the ball and
Okay.
can take a touch and give it to a red shirt sometimes.
Sometimes.
Rasmus Højlund cannot do this anytime at the moment.
Have you completely ruled out Rasmus Højlund like for just moving
like for
forward?
the foreseeable of the next like.
How do you feel that cost you 75 mil?
Disgusted. I feel sick. Yeah. Someone
feel
hot
sick.
queued the artist. I feel sick.
feel sick.
Yeah. Not his fault though. He shouldn't have cost that much. Not
No.
his fault. Not his
Do you
fault.
remember when they had that whole debate over Højlund and Haaland?
Just because of the names are similar.
Funny though, isn't
and they're
it?
both Scandinavian. That's it.
Cray.
But,
Cray.
I'm just trying to cling on to stuff because I can't really look at my team and like put my hat on something definitely. It's got to go off a vibe, a little feeling inside. I just feel Xerxes
We're living off vibes.
he's got to start him surely. I'm saying this now, probably Højlund starts again, but this experiment with Rasmus Højlund for me in this little period has to come to an end. I think he needs to stick with Xerxes for a bit.
Who's
the bar's low.
Who's your team then?
Okay, from back to front, I'd go Onana in goal. 3 centre halves. I'm going
Maguire.
Mazraoui, De Ligt, and Yoro.
Not playing Maguire.
I probably would. Between him and De Ligt, what Maguire can do, De Ligt can't, and what De Ligt can do, Maguire can't. They're just a bit of a trade-off. It's much of a muchness. I don't really mind who two in the centre, but I'd put Yoro right centre back, and I'd put Mazraoui left centre back. Right wing back, I'll go Ahmad.
Okay.
I'd drop Dalot for this game, and I'll go Dorgu. I want to see attack. I want to see it.
Go all out.
What we actually bought him for. This manager won't do this, but this is what I'll do.
Yeah.
Midfield, I'm going Bruno and Ugarte. Okay. And then
Why are you putting Mainu in the 10?
I'm going to put Kobe Mainu and Garnacho in the 10s.
Wow.
Yeah. And Xerxes up front.
That's a wild team.
Yeah.
That's
But this Kobe Mainu experiment, he's trying to play him further forward, so that's the thing.
I know.
But he won't go that attacking because then there's no one usually Garnacho off the bench. But I think Garnacho needs to start this game.
Okay.
So I think Ahmad might be on the bench or Xerxes, but I don't want Xerxes to be on the bench.
Fair point. Well, my last one was draw for the result. And Spurs protest. There are big protests happening this weekend against ENIC. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. I don't know if they're staging a walkout or a sit-in or whatever, but there's big protests happening this weekend. It's a big up change for Spurs.
Big protest. So am I expecting to see loads of empty seats then? Loads of navy blue seats?
I don't actually know what they're doing. I don't know if it's a sit-in, a walkout. I don't know. And I'd love to be part of it, but I will be at Talksport. I will be working.
Right. But if they do it, you're going to have to come off air. You're going to have to say, well, I've got to
No,
join in the
but
protest.
I'm doing my part.
You've got to go silent.
What I'm doing is doing my part when I can't physically be in the stadium because of work. I am spreading the word. I'm backing change for Spurs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you all, protest.
Yeah.
I'm doing it on your airwaves and wherever. So
Did you like Son's little speech to King Charles?
God,
the visit of King Charles and stuff?
You ever seen anything more awkward, right?
No.
Daniel Levy's sitting there behind like a Cheshire cat while King Charles goes...
Nodding and smiling.
King Charles goes, is the team going well? And that tiny little pause that Son took and was like, difficult moment, isn't it? So, yeah, it was good. It was a funny video. Funny video for for the viewer. I've heard they asked King Charles if he was able to play on the weekend.
Is that what they asked?
Yeah, they said, you got hamstrings for us, and he said no because I'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So I reckon this ends in a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I want revenge, and
I bet you do.
I'm like you said, 7 goals we've conceded against you in 2 games.
Terrible.
The one in the league was just, it should have been about 8. I was
really
so angry that day. I was also, in the end, the way we lost against you in the Carabao Cup, with you being on the edge, biting your nails from 3-0 up, I kind of went, you know what? They were shitting it. Like, it is what it is. Yeah. Then you went out next round, which we predicted.
But again,
anyway.
That's just because we just decided the game was done. 3-0 and then just took the.
But I need a Spurs humble. I need to pull up and just.
Humbling. I get humbled every week.
Nah, but no, between us, because you've beaten us twice.
I know, but like.
You've beaten us twice, man. I'm not having a clean sweep. Losing to Spurs 3 times in a season.
When we're both relegation fodder, mate, like, it don't even matter.
Yeah, it's
it
true.
It don't even matter anymore.
Right, let's lock in the predictions. You're going 2-2.
I'm going 2-2.
I'm going 3-2 Manchester United.
I can see it as well. I could see a 3-2 either way.
And should we do a forfeit? Winner buys lunch on Monday for each person?
Yeah, but you sure you can do that? Because remember when you won that money and you were like, I got gas.
But that's different. This is a bet though.
It's
different. Yeah, heating and that. But this is different. This is a 1v1 bet.
So what? Loser buys lunch.
Yeah.
All right. Make sure I'm getting you a meal deal.
Yeah, meal deal, 100%.
£3 meal deal.
Guys, let us know what your predictions are in the comments. Let us know what your predicted teams are. Who you think's going to win this mid-off? Do you even care? Should it even be a Super Sunday? As you can see by me and Abby's predictions and preview, we ain't got that vim. But Man United, rise. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Sierra settings, bro. 1-2 step. It's gonna change my life.
So you're doing behind the scenes, but you.
I don't know. Clearly, there is some Spursiness that rubs off on people.
Right. And what's happened with Matisse, man? I mean, like, you know, this is how I know Chelsea are falling apart.
World boss.
And this is me back, bro.
It's your team, Pass, as well.
It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Yeah.
Losing it.